To align the views, what we're going to do is we're going to move the viewports relative to one another, but I'm going to use the points within the model to figure out what should go, how to align them. So I'm going to start off with this one as my starting point. We can always change them later. So I'm going to draw a line from the end point. I'm going to make sure that ortho's on and draw a line straight down. Now when I go to move this, I don't actually move it in model space or by clicking into the viewport. I actually want to move the viewport itself. So I'm going to go M for move. I'm going to click on the viewport, and then when it asks me for the base point, I'm going to click on the point that I want to have aligned, click there, and go to perpendicular, and then now I can delete this line, and I've got my two views perfectly aligned. Okay, so now everything from one view lines up with the other. We also want to get our spacing correct, so we normally want to have 40 millimeters on a 1-to-1, and since we're working in paper space, we actually use the 1-to-1 quantity as opposed to doubling it, right? Because we're actually working in paper space here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line from the end point, turn on my O-snap again, draw a line, just make it longer than I need, and then go O for offset, and I'm going to type in 40, and I'm going to click on that last line, because I don't think I got that line completely. Oh, there it is, yep. I'm going to go O for offset, type in 40, and then I'm going to offset it up. And that's where the bottom of this view should be in order to be 40 away from this view. So again, I'm going to move the viewport. So M for move, I'm going to click on the viewport itself, and then I'm going to click on the bottom, and I'm going to type in P-E-R-T, and hopefully it'll let me go down to that one. Yep, there it goes. And so now it aligns that way. So we're lined up, and we're 40 millimeters away. So I'm going to delete that line that I did, and delete this line as well, and zoom out, and now everything's looking nice that way. And then we can go and do our centering and things like that if we want. We could move, maybe we want to move them down a little bit. Actually, it looks not bad as it is, so I'm just going to leave it exactly as is. I'm going to take this viewport and just move it up a tiny bit, just so it is actually on there. I'll snap for a second. Okay, and I think we're good there. So now what I need to do is dimensioning. And again, there's a little change for dimensioning in this one. Normally we would go into dimension and change the scale for dimension features. However, in this case, we actually want the dimensions to be at 1-to-1 scale. So we want the dimension scale for dimension features to be 1. Okay. So I'm just going to go into that. We will have to make a different change though. Right? So I'm going to put a dimension in here. I'm going to go dimension linear, and I'm going to do the overall length. And if I zoom in, and I should put that here, put that onto dimensions, say OK. And right now this is actually going beyond what I want, so I'm going to go dimension. Dimension style, modify. That really should be a distance, I think, of 380, so I'm going to go to modify, and here my scale factor was set to 5. Yours is probably right now set to 1, so I'm going to show you what happens when it's actually set to 1. And my fit tab, that's where you normally have your dimension style set to. This one is at 1, and that's what it should be, so I'm going to say OK and close. And now notice that the length here is shown as 190. So it's set at 190, however we actually want it to be 380. So unlike what we've done in the past where we have the text size go bigger and the arrow size and the gap and everything else, they're all correct right now. They're at 1-to-1, so that's correct. However, we need the text to be doubled. So this is a little backwards from what we've done so far. So we're going to go to dimension, and then we'll go to dimension style, and we'll go to modify, and we'll leave this on the fit tab, but we go to the primary units, and we want to change the measurement scale factor to 2. Since I'm doing this as a 1 to 2 scale drawing, my scale factor should be 2, so I say OK. And then I can close that, and now notice that it reads correctly. Alright, so now in my title block, I'm going to change that to 1 to 2. And what I need to do is to set the distance for my dimensions to be 10 away from the object. So I would draw a line from the endpoint straight across, and then I'm going to offset that line. I'm going to make it 10 offset, and then that's exactly where that dimension should be. So I'm going to go down and move it down, and then I can erase those two lines. Okay. A couple of other things that we should do. We should change our LT scale. It doesn't look right now, so I'm going to type in LT scale, all as one word, and I'm going to try 0.25 and see how that looks. Looks better, still not great. I'm going to hit enter. I'm going to try 0.5. See if it looks better. That looks pretty good there. I could try 0.75 and see how it looks. That's maybe even a little bit better. So I'm going to leave it at 0.75 for right now, and you can play around with it and see if you can get as to what you get. Actually, if we take a look at this one maybe we do need to change it. So LT scale, and let's try 0.25 again, and that's looking pretty good up in there. So for the smaller areas we do need to have that so it'll be dashed. Okay, and you can play around, maybe 0.3 or maybe 0.4 might work. Okay, so I'll let you play with that. The other thing we should do is put in the name of the part. So first I'm going to turn off those viewports. The viewport layer. Okay, and then I'm going to put in the name of the part. So I'm going to copy this piece of text because it's the size of text that I want to use. So we're in the center there, and then what we'll do is we'll make that underlined. So I'll go and put %% U in front of the text, and this is going to be the base. Type in base, and then click away from it, and it's underlined. And then I'm just going to move it, make it look a little more centered. Okay, and now that's all looking good. We've got the size of the text, we've done our LT scale. I'll let you carry on and do the rest of the dimensioning, but I think right now that's just about all you need all the information you need in order to complete the detailed drawings. Hopefully this is of help.